Alrighty, Extreme Super Battle Road, the Joined Forces edition. Nothing too crazy here, just the Bond of Parent-Child team. I felt that this was the easiest way to go about this. Maybe something like Battle of Fate would have kind of been the right idea, but ultimately we went with Bond of Parent-Child / Future Saga. And if you guys are familiar with kind of how they do Extreme Super Battle Road in this game, I feel like a lot of the time when they do these stages, like the one in question, where the top tier Z, like, you know, S tier to Z tier LRs in the game, you know, you think about the GT Duo and whatnot. Obviously, no Orange Piccolo on this team, but it's going to be pretty ramped up. Like, these supers are going to hit like Mack trucks, like, you know, 800, 900K if you get caught in the wrong spot. So ultimately, I decided to go with the no item run approach because I just did not have the patience or anything like that. And honestly, you know, if we're being one-to-one with each other, I don't think the no item run videos do well enough on YouTube for me to sit here and stress for the no item run for something like Extreme Super Battle Road. Obviously the red zone, because, you know, that is the hardest stuff in the game. Extreme Super Battle Road is not harder, but it is just you have way less control over how the fight kind of is dictated, in my opinion. Just with like supers right away and stuff like that, and it's really just based on getting rotations and stuff, and there's not enough like missions involved, and it's just, you know, when the pedestal kind of shifts, or whatever you want to call it, to red zone being what people want to watch, there's just really no point to stress over a no item run for Extreme Super Battle Road. So with that being said, the team that we are rocking, like I said, is the Bond of Parent-Child team. We have both of the GT related LRs with the GT Duo and the LR Super Saiyan 4s. We have the LR Gods. We have LR Vegito Blue, or Goku and Vegeta, whatever you want to call them, two Vegeta and Trunkses, and the Z Duo. Now, the Z Duo in the first run of this, which will not be on the camera because I did two separate recordings of this one, it will be, they did sell in the third fight of this specific event that we were doing. So it's like, if you don't get lucky with like the stacks or something like that, or you only get one super off and then they get caught with a super, your run is over. And that's just kind of how the GT or the Z Duo is. If I did say GT, I meant to say Z, but the Majin Buu Saga unit is just like it's really just kind of a head scratcher on how that unit was designed, because I think that they have a lot of upside, and obviously their standby ability is super clutch. And is very like effective for what you're trying to do, but at the same time, it's also really annoying because it's so hard. Like it just turn one, they are maybe one of the worst turn one units, especially for an anniversary LR. I feel like I've ever seen, especially in the modern era of content where these supers are just hitting so hard right away. And the fact that we need a unit that needs to stack, get their defense up and stuff like that, and really don't have many defensive gimmicks until you get to the standby mode, is just really frustrating. So this unit is just like, it worked me up in this run, but I did ultimately end up going with them just because of the offensive prowess that they can bring to the table for something like Extreme Super Battle Road, where, you know, ultimately they can do 3 to 4 supers with crits all over the place. So it's like they still have that appeal that I could get like a lot of usage out of them, but you can see that we any type of super, even with damage reduction items right there, really would have hurt. So I ultimately went up with using the Ghost Usher to make sure there are no attacks here, let everybody stack up, make it real easy for us to kind of get grooving, especially with the Buu Duo. No 24 key, which is unfortunate, but, you know, 9.3 is not bad. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you like that's a bad attack stat, because they're only 55% at the end of the day. So my Annie wasn't the greatest last year, but hopefully this year that does go ahead and change. My luck does change up a bit, but 2 supers there, that does help. But again, a super from who's the STR? I think the STR one is Trunks. Yeah, the STR one was Trunks. A super from Trunks would have killed us, so that's ultimately why we had to go with the Usher there, just because I did not trust the Z Duo, especially coming off the heels of the last run where they ended up selling the run for me, so that's why we had to do that. But we do have a counterplay to that Trunks being the AGL Blue Duo, so and when it's ESPR, you know you're really not going to be getting Vegito Blue out because these fights are lasting 3 to 4 turns at the most. That is why, kind of like when units were being designed in that 2020 to 2021 range, where Extreme Super Battle Road was still some of the hardest content in the game, when stuff was like turn 6 or higher, it was really frustrating because you were just never seeing that. Now, even in today's modern form of content, it is still kind of rare to see turn 6 or turn 7, but it has kind of helped out a little bit, or kind of pivoted a little bit, like the Fusion Zamasu Red Zone, I think, is a really bad example, but like, just think of some of the hard content in the game right now, right? It's like you can just say Red Zone is the only thing that matters, but there is stuff like Collection of Epic Battles that can be kind of tricky in that last phase. There are ESBR stages like this one that can be tricky. What else is like difficult, right? The Divine Wrath and Mortal Will fights, those are tricky. The Metal Cooler, or the, what was that event called? The Fighting Pride of the Wicked Bloodline and Spirit of Saiyans, I think it was called. That event was kind of hard. in those type of events, you just know that you're going to get caught for a super pretty hard. And those fights are only going about 5 to 6 turns, but they can last sometimes to like 9 or 10. So not the end of the world, but still can be kind of tricky. But you can see here with this fight that we're basically just kind of on cruise control because of the amount of guard that we have. And especially when you're using items in an event like this, it's just, you know, it's going to be pretty chill the whole time. So 6.5 million right there for the Super Saiyan 4s is more than enough for what we're looking for. The 24 key there would have been nice because they would have been super effective against all types, but it's all good. 890,000 damage off like a 6 million attack stat is kind of ass though. So that crit chance there. I think I have these guys built with their year 7 unique equips that we got from the 8th anniversary battle. So they have like a little bit of crit, a little bit, I think it's like 2612 is the spread on them. So pretty standard. It used to be like 30 additional I had on those guys, but I did kind of pivot off of that. Just because I think they do need a little bit of dodge. I think I have the like 3 dodge on them now, but here we are in the Nook and Crannies, the final fight of this specific event. We're fighting the Universe 6 enemies, so, you know, there's going to be 4 of them. There potentially could have been 5 if they had brought hit with us, but they did not in this case, so that is helpful. But Kaba, we're type advantage on Kaba with the Z Duo. And right here, I'm just like, okay, the same idea where the Z Duo is just such a liability, I felt like, in this run, that I'm just like, let me usher this, make sure that we target Frost with that, and then we want to just kind of, I think we just double down on Frost right here, right? No, we go back to Kale. All right. This is exactly like the gameplay that I did for the Red Zone fights recently, by the way, where it's just kind of like, I've been sitting on this gameplay since the 28th, so just need to get it out. You know, it's about 10 days old, so I just need to record it. I'm like, okay, today we're gonna do this. And then we have a Super Battle Road video coming out later. That was the Turtle School Super Battle Road stage, so that one was interesting. 8.7 there from the Z Duo. Nothing to write home about, but I believe this should take care of Frost in one go, if not 2, but this should do some decent damage. Yeah, 4.7, Frost Day is done. So now with 5.7 mil, we could probably take out Kaba too at the same time. So that ended up working out nicely, but was obviously not perfect. So here we go, crit for us. There you go, nice. So that's the end of Kaba's day. Then the triple super, we're getting a little bit of damage in on Caulifla. So it's like, when you know defensively, you don't have to worry about the Z Duo, like they can look okay, right? And that's what this case is right here, where it's like, I know they're not gonna get hit, so we don't have to worry about taking some crazy amount of damage, and that's going to make our lives a lot easier. So here we go with the this is the blue duo for the AGL blue duo. Yeah, so boom, 1 point. Yeah, their damage is going to be pretty bad, especially at the 55% level that I have them at. But we'll take the additional, we'll take the stack, we'll take the attack raise. It's all good. So, with all that being said, where are we at here? We probably got one more turn after this because we have the tech gods, and then we also have type advantage on Kale. So what we want to do is just, we brought the items, we might as well just double up. I think that's what I do right here. I'm just like, let me just pop a Princess Snake. We're basically done at this point, so I might as well just use them. Do I use them? Yeah, there it is. I was wondering where it was. No? Yeah, I'm like debating. I'm like, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? So, yeah, was that the play there? I don't know if that was the play. Maybe what I should have done is prioritize the STR orbs falling, so that way I would have been able to get the 18 key on the GT Duo. So, interesting play there by me. Maybe a skill issue, maybe not, but here we are. We got the run done, so that is cool. But here we go. Boom, bam, bop. What do you got for me, bud? I'm kind of rewatching this. So 1.9 there. Does that take out Caulifla? It does not. So Caulifla, yeah, the normal came through, but now we're basically just going type neutral until we get to the GT Duo on Kale. So there we go. Join Forces Extreme Super Battle Road. This is one of those interesting stages where you really can run it like one of like 25 ways. The Join Forces team has a lot of premium units, but the thing with the premium units is there's a lot of different ways that you can build the team and make it work. So that's what's kind of fun about it, right? But there you go. Like I said, Join Forces Extreme Super Battle Road. Let me know down below what you guys think of the stage. Have you beat it on JP? Are you waiting for it on Global? All that fun stuff. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.